Export Exchange International.
So Grant, what we're doing today is we're making a little video of this number 620. It's an organ that's sold. It's going to a new friend of ours in Japan. He's a very knowledgeable individual, and he really knew exactly what he wanted. He was very specific about what exactly he wanted. He wanted the certain vintage, and he wanted certain features, and he was a great person to work with because he was knowledgeable and he knew exactly what he required. So the good news is we finished all the requirements that he had wanted us to address, and we gave him his choice of Leslie speaker. You and Bill have worked on it. Everything is perfect. But since this is going to Japan, and since you traveled the world on a cruise ship, I thought you might be the perfect guy to tell the world why it's so important when any one of these Hammond organs leave our building and they go outside of the United States, that the electrical modifications need to be done. So there were 3 or 4 things that we did to many organs. We didn't need to do everything to this one, but talk about what commonly happens unless they don't need every one of those adjustments.
Well, many different countries around the world use slightly different power supply voltages or alternating current frequencies that are different from the United States. These organs were originally made in Chicago, and so they conform to the electrical specifications we have here. But there are a few different devices that we install frequently when we ship things out of the United States to accommodate for that. One of them, of course, is the voltage in most other countries is 220 volts, where it's 120 here. And also the frequency of the alternating current is 60 hertz in this country and 50 hertz elsewhere, most other places. So we have to do both of those conversions, as well as on occasion sourcing a different type of plug for them to use, which we have a bunch of those now for all different countries. And so we're well versed in what's needed, and those things, some of them are installed within the organ, the frequency converter being installed within the organ. We also have to add different pulleys to the Leslie motors when it's in a country that uses 50 hertz rather than 60, and we have those in stock as well. And then sometimes people even want us to include the step-down transformer to transform their electricity from 220 down to the 120 that you need for the organ.
The volts.
Yeah.
The hertz parts, or also called cycles, is specifically, I thought, interesting to you because you traveled the world on cruise ships as a career for 20 years or so.
Yeah.
So my experience with ships is, and some other locations that use generators, like for example, large concert venues where they power everything with generators, okay? It's critically important that if you're going to use a Hammond organ, you get that Hertz converter in there, because it doesn't necessarily convert. You could be using it in 60 cycle places, but if the power from the generator kind of like goes down, the lights brown out a little bit, that's bad for the equipment.
Oh yeah.
But for the organ, that Hertz, it's really not a converter as much as it is a stabilizer, providing 60 hertz to the organ regardless of what's coming into it. It could be 65, it could be 50, it could be 45, all the way down to 25 in a brownout situation, but the organ continues to play. First time that happened to me, I was at a frat party on the waterfront in Philadelphia, this frat party, and all of a sudden the organ started sounding like a haunted house. And so I was like 15 or 16 years old, and it's the first time I had to even learn about this.
Yeah.
But it's important. It's important for you all to know that wherever you live, any place on this planet, really, we can get the electrical part of the Hammond organ ready for your location. So when you contact us, just always if you're outside of the United States especially, let us know where you are so we can give you a full cost of what needs to be done. So as is our policy here before we put this in a wooden crate and ship it off to another country. We like to let the new owner hear the organ and know that it's playing correctly. I'm not going to play for too long. I'm just going to play enough to let you be reassured that everything is working as it should. So I'm going to play a little. You have your saxophone in your car or anything? You know?
No.
We could do a little. Oh man, we could do some jamming right now. It'd be the perfect time to do it, Grant. Thanks for watching our video, and thank you also for helping keep the Hammond Tone Wheel B3 organ alive. We couldn't do all this work that we do here without you. And it would also help greatly if you could subscribe, like, ask for notifications for when we have new videos. That would be a big help for us. So we thank you once again. I'm signing off for now, but we will be back.